Hi, I'm Dennis Chan, author of Hip Asian Comfort Food and chef here at Blue Bamboo Restaurant right here in Jacksonville, Florida. It's the holidays and we like to make food here at Blue Bamboo that's just a little bit different, whether it be presentation or flavors, but it's all based on our southern roots here in Jacksonville and also our Asian roots, way across the ocean where my family's from. Hi ladies, how are you? Hello everyone back in the back too. Hope you're enjoying back there. They're all quiet because they already have food first. We thought we would do a little bit of a spin on turkey and dressing today, just in time for the holidays. So we're gonna do a seared turkey breast with a little bit of turkey gravy. We're gonna make the gravy first, so we're gonna do this a little backwards from what you would do at home, but we wanna make sure you know the steps correctly. We're gonna heat up our pan a little bit. We've got drippings from our turkey, our roasted turkey, or from our chicken, if you're making chicken gravy. You can make any kind of gravy with any poultry that you roast. So if you roast a goose, if you roast, just save the drippings. You can freeze it for another time if you'd like. And this is an easy way to make gravy out of anything. So we've got the turkey drippings. We're gonna use mirepoix, and mirepoix is simply onion product, carrot product, and a celery product. So when I talk about product, that means carrots or parsnips or any kind of sweet root veggie. We're gonna put that right in here. We are going to cut up some celery and put that right in here. We want to cook that so that the fragrance releases into the drippings that you have. And then we're gonna put a little bit of onion in here too. The knife that I'm using here is one of those great knives that it's great for home. It never needs sharpening. It is a ceramic blade. They hold a sharp edge for a long time, and then you never need to sharpen them. When they do get dull, you send them back to the factory. They sharpen them for you and send you a well-sharpened knife. Okay, so we're cooking our aromatics. We want to season just a little bit with some salt and pepper. As that cooks down, we're going to add some flour to this, and the flour is what thickens our gravy. What we're making here is, in French cooking or Cajun cooking or any classic cooking, is called a roux, and it is just fat with flour, which is a thickening agent, and you move that around a little bit in there, let it cook together, and we're going to add some stock. So whether you want to use chicken stock, turkey stock, whichever you want to use, add that right in there. And stock's one of those things that you want to keep on hand all the time. So if you have chicken bones or beef bones or whatever you have that you cooked up, freeze them, and then when you have enough, make yourself a pot of stock and then freeze it again. And you'll have stock ready anytime you need it for cooking. And we're gonna pour a little more of that stock in there. Okay, so that's gonna cook a little bit and thicken as it goes. You want it to cook probably about maybe 10-15 minutes, and that's enough that the aromatics of the vegetables go right into the gravy. And you'll end up with a really nice, perfect gravy. And it looks like this time we got lucky, no lumps. So lumps can be cured with a strainer. So at home, buy yourself a good strainer, strain everything. If you want that refined look, and that's what a lot of the European chefs, they have that refined look, is because they use a strainer, and that'll solve a lot. And yeah, that's why you can buy those well, they're about $90, and it's a cone-shaped strainer that's really fine. You can do so many things with that. If you don't want to go that expensive, buy yourself a cheap strainer and put a coffee filter in it. That'll work too. So that's coming to a boil. This is our gravy. All we need to do is to strain it, or if you like all the chunks of everything in it, leave it with the chunks and serve it with the chunks. If you want maximum thickening power for your roux, you want to add cold stock to hot roux, or if you do the opposite, which is adding cold roux to hot stock, that increases the thickening power. Okay, so that's our gravy, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook our seared turkey with this. We'll just take a regular saute pan. We've taken turkey breast, and you can buy that just at your supermarket. We've taken a little bit of turkey breast, and we have cut it into pieces, and we have pounded it out. And you can use the bottom of a heavy pot, or you can use if you have a mallet, you can use a mallet to pound it out. We've pounded it out into pieces, and we're gonna just season it a little bit with some salt and pepper. And we're gonna dredge it in some just all-purpose flour. I'm gonna now that our pan is heated, you wanna add a little bit of oil, and you lay this right into your pan. We always look for a more neutral oil like canola oil, grapeseed oil, because those will take the flavor of whatever you use, whatever you cook with. Now, the hardest thing to do whenever you're cooking is to not touch it, right? You always want to keep touching things to move it around and make sure it's cooking. The technique of saute is you want it to sit and leave it. So that's why when you go to these fancy restaurants or any restaurant and you have a nice crust on something, it hasn't been touched. You know, they just lay it and let it go. So once this gets a nice crust on one side and starts to brown a little bit, you flip it over. Now we're going to deglaze with just a little bit of sherry. And we're going to pour a little bit of our gravy in here. And you see it didn't take very long, just a few minutes. And you can plate it with your favorite dressing. If you want, have a little bit of cranberry sauce on the side. Here at Blue Bamboo, we serve it with a little bit of cranberry orange dressing. And there you have your seared turkey and dressing. So, thank you. Happy holidays. Blue Bamboo, our cookbook, is called Hip Asian Comfort Food, and it is available at local Jacksonville Barnes & Noble bookstores, local owned bookstores, and also right here at Blue Bamboo.